I do it. Fuck you. Now, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Christmas calendar. What we're doing today, I'm going to tell you. Let's get on the road and I'll tell you, because I'm in an awful hurry. I've been running around looking. Today we are going down to Smiths of Drogheda once again to collect a Fiesta ST. Now, why are we collecting a Fiesta ST, Ian, you might ask? Well, we are collecting a Fiesta ST because I have to wait until I get out of this road so you can't see where I live, you silly little. So we are collecting a Fiesta ST because they've been on my mind a lot recently. I've been thinking about a lot of cars, as you do, right? So if you're anything like me and you're into your cars and you're into, you know, getting new cars or new vans or whatever, you're into doing that, you're kind of thinking all the time like, what's the next thing? Even when you get your new car, you're thinking, right, okay, what's next after this? And I'm like that all the time. I can't give myself a break. Sometimes it's actually exhausting thinking about how many cars I've had. But what I've been thinking about recently is, right, so what you guys see me driving in now, I bought this van relatively cheap there at the start of this year. It's a Renault Traffic. It's nothing exciting. The only thing exciting about it is the colour, and there's stuff going on in the back, but I'm not going to tell you about any of that. So I've been thinking about this, and now there's a good few miles on this, and I put a few quid into it this year. Like I put an airflow meter, and I put in bits and pieces for the CVRT. Speaking of CVRT, it's actually going into Smiths of Drogheda for its CVRT. So I got a few bits done to it for that, and I've been just thinking, I'm like, do you know what? Maybe next year I might buy a brand new van. That's what I've been thinking about. And I've been thinking, right, okay, so what are my options? And I've been thinking, like, right, okay, what do I like? And I know for a fact I like these Renault Traffics. They're a very good van, very reliable, cheap as chips, and they just do everything really well, and they're very smooth. And then I've also been thinking about, as you would have seen a couple of months ago, I've done a video with a Transit Trail. Also been very, very heavily invested in one of them. I've been thinking about one of them now for a long time, and yeah, so it's either a Renault Traffic Sport, brand new, a Transit Trail, brand new, or I could go completely down the other route at all, or I could change route completely and go for this Fiesta ST, not this particular one, something similar to it, or maybe a Golf R or something like that. I probably won't buy a Golf R, I'm not mad about it, but you get where I'm going with this. So do I buy a brand new van, or do I keep this old van, use it for work, and get a fast car on the side? You know what I mean? Not fast, like everyone says fast car, a hot hatch. And people always wonder, would you not go and get, like, you know, BMW or an M3 or something like that? To be honest with you, those kind of cars, like the M3s and the, you know, the next step up from a hot hatch, they're kind of like, how do I describe it? They kind of put too much attention on you, and especially in this country, the guards love to stop you. And if you have any kind of interesting car at all, they kind of pull you over and wonder what you're doing, or, you know, they're just a magnet for trouble, basically, in my opinion. So my area is hot hatch, Fiesta ST, you know, Focus ST, Golf R, that kind of bracket. I don't want to go any higher than that, because it's just, this Ireland isn't the place for a car like that. So it leaves me with a dilemma. Number one, I have an existing insurance policy on my van, right? So if I get a car, I'd have to get a separate policy. So I'd have to have two policies, two insurances, two fuels, two tax bills. You know, you get where I'm going with this. Or I could just buy a brand new van that's a bit sportier than this one, like i.e. the Transit Trail, which is like 170 horsepower. So yeah, today's a busy day. We're going all over the place, and we have many decisions to make. Now, this decision won't be made straight away. That's the last thing that'll happen. But yeah, so let's go. Anyway, I'll stop waffling now. Let's go to Smiths of Drogheda and collect the Fiesta ST. Let's go. So, welcome everybody to this Fiesta ST. So, I love driving these. Do you know that? I love driving these. I haven't driven one of these. Actually, do you know what? I've actually had a couple of Fiesta STs off Smith Drata before, but I've actually never filmed it for my YouTube channel. Funny enough, we do stuff with Smith Drata's Facebook page. So if you're not following Smith Drata Facebook page, head over there, follow them on Facebook and Instagram. I'll leave their little tags below here, and you'll see like more content with me making stuff for them. So I love these things. They're just so much fun. Like, remember I was saying earlier on that like the Fiesta ST in Ireland is just the perfect little package. It really is. Like this one, this is the newer blue colour, so this is called the performance blue colour, right? This is on the Raptors and the Focuses and everything else. They got rid of the Imperial blue for these models. So I really like it in blue. I've had a red one before and I wasn't mad about the red myself, but I love the blue. But these cars are just such a perfect little package because I filled the tank up there, right? And it took like 36 litres, right? 36 litres. That's less than 60 quid to fill the tank. Sure. So 60 quid to fill it with fuel. You're probably going to be using on the weekend, so it depends where you're going. You're not really going to use the whole 60 quid. You're gonna be zipping about town, because the dilemma here, what I'm trying to explain to you is, do I keep my old crummy van and just use that for going to work, and any repairs it needs, just fix it, and then have this for my weekend car, and like, you know, I'd probably go to work on a Friday and use it then for the whole weekend instead of using the van. Don't know. So I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna drive this now for a little while and see how we get on. But oh my god, I absolutely love these little cars. This particular one is the ST. Hang on, let me get this right. ST2, I think it's ST2. I haven't brushed up on the ST models in a while. But basically, what you have here is a 200 horsepower, 6-speed manual gearbox, 3-cylinder engine. And everyone would probably be like, oh, 3-cylinder engine, I don't know about that. Listen to the noise of this thing. It's a rocket. So, 3 cylinders are they're brilliant. It reminds me of the older Focus STs when they were 5 cylinders, and they just made this mad, like, bare, raging noise. And it's so cool. I love the way they're just a bit different to everything else. But this car is brilliant. Like, so you're getting into this car. I don't know the exact price of this car, being honest with you. It doesn't really matter. I'd say it's about 30 grand, right? So you would have seen in the B-roll that black Transit Trail. I'll put it out for overlay again. That particular van is €33,000 plus the VAT, but we won't mind the VAT because you can claim that back when you buy it. So I don't really take VAT into account. So what would you rather have? Would you rather have a brand spanking new van where you know you're going to go in and out to work? It's not going to cause you any bother at all. It's not going to give you trouble. You have 5 years warranty or 3 years warranty, whatever it is with it. And that's it. You use it every day of the week. And plus, the Transit Trails are very sporty as well. They're 170 brake. They're not slow by any means. Now, when you have a bit of gear in the back of them, you're not going to be hurling into corners as quick as you will be in this. But you know, you have to take it into account. What would you rather? And I'm just going to run around it. So much grip. The diff in these are just unreal. It's just, you point in a direction, even in the wet, and you just go, it just pulls you that direction. So oh, these are class. But yeah, where would you go with the Transit? Would you rather the Transit? I don't know, man. I don't know. The only reason that puts me off having two cars is just the double policy for the insurance, and you're gonna have to tax this separately, and you're gonna have to tax your van. So it becomes twice an expense, but yet you get all the fun and practicality of being able to throw a couple of your buddies in the back, spin down to wherever. You've got your cruise control, you've got your sportiness there when you want it, you've got your climate control, air conditioning, CarPlay, you got your big chunky Recaro seats, electric windows. You know, you got everything you want. So I don't know, it's such a hard decision, and I have to make this decision. This is the worst thing. This is the worst thing, because it's only going to go either way. It's either going to go Transit Trail or this, or I was looking at a Renault Traffic, but I I have a Renault traffic at the minute, and don't get me wrong, it's great, it's fine, like it was cheap as chips, but I like to have all my Fords in a line. So I have my Z-Tech S. A lot of you, if you follow me a long time, you'll know that I have an Imperial Blue Z-Tech S 2002. So next year is its 20th anniversary, and I'm going to try to do something special for that, and I'd kind of like to get a Transit beside it, and just, you know, in my head it's like ticking all the boxes for me. But don't get me wrong, this is a hard decision to make, because I love these little Fiestas. And everyone can say, oh, why don't you go for a bigger car, you know, like they're grand, but they're only small little things. But these are the best kind of variations of a car, especially in Ireland, because number one, if you have any more than 200-300 horsepower, it's kind of not usable. And there's, with the amount of speed cameras on the roads now, and presence from the authorities, it's kind of hard to get away with using more power than what this has. With this, you can drop a gear, you can send it here, you can perfectly balance for like the Irish back roads. It's brilliant. It does everything, and it's also smart enough. So like if you were going to, just let's just say, a formal event like a wedding or anything like that, you can pull up outside in this, and no one's gonna say, you know what I mean? No one's gonna give you that look. You know, it's say, come on, it's time to, you know, get a big boy car. These are a big boy car. They're just perfect. I really love them, and the interior in them is finished perfect. The side panels here are all plastic, so they know young lads are going to be getting in and out of these, and they'll probably be modifying them. So they'll be working class people, so they'll be mechanics, they'll be electricians, you know, like people like that. And then there could be older people with suit and tie jobs or whatever, but like it's all allocated perfectly for the end user. It's got leather where it needs to have leather, it has Alcantara where it needs Alcantara. It's got a gorgeous big chunky steering wheel with ST denoted on it, so you know what you're driving. And I literally just had my dad in the passenger seat there a couple of minutes ago, and he has been in the car with me in my original Z-Tech S, and we were just saying like that the cabin in the Fiesta is so well thought out, because there's so much leg room. That's one thing. I don't know why they focus on it so much, but there's just so much leg room. Even in my old Fiesta, you can hop in the passenger seat, and I can stretch, like I'm 6'2", and I can stretch my legs the whole way out completely straight with not without hitting anything. Even in the driver's seat you can do the same, and it's the exact same in this. I have my left leg completely extended out on the footrest here on the left hand side beside the clutch, and perfectly comfortable. I don't feel like I'm being crammed in here. Yeah, so it's brilliant. So what I'm going to do, I'm going for a quick spin down from Drogheda here to Swords. I have to go down and meet a friend, and I have to meet someone else, and I'm just going to use it as a car. I was meant to be going to film another Transit, but I just don't have the time today, unfortunately. So maybe that'll be another video, hopefully next week or the week after or whatever. So I'm just going to use this car as intended, as if I was going to buy the Transit anyway. I'll just do what I do on a weekend. So today's kind of like a weekend bit of a vlog, and we're just gonna go for a spin and just cruise about and enjoy it. Good morning, everybody. I have the Fiesta ST. What you would have seen in yesterday's video was me. I picked up the car and I had to go and do a few bits and pieces. Turned out life got in the way yesterday, and I couldn't really film with the car. That dog, stop barking. It's me, your owner. Silly different. Right, so I've had this car for a couple of days now, and I love it. Look at it. It's just beautiful. So we'll take a quick look around it and see what's going on. So I won't be able to do, like, you know, go somewhere in it, unfortunately, just because life's so busy at the minute with all this filming. So I want to know, right, what would you pick, right? Because I told you it's my situation. I'm going to be either buying a van or a car, and it's either going to be between this, like something like a Golf R maybe. In this price bracket, I probably have to get a way older Golf R, but to be honest with you, I'd much rather this. I think that's like, I don't know the exact price, but I'm guessing around 30 grand, guessing. And the Transit Trail, the black one that you would have seen in the B-roll at the start of the video, well, I don't know who bought that, but they're very lucky. So yeah, what would you rather? Would you rather have this or the van? Let me know. Anyway, let's take a quick look around and we'll do a cold start and do a bit of this stuff. there's my shed, everybody. I'll do a video on this now in a few minutes. So yeah, Fiesta ST, just good, very, very good. She's from Cockboy originally. Yeah, so I have this car a couple of days. She's sitting on Michelin's. Are they Pilot Sports? I presume they are. Now. Yeah, Pilot Sport 3s. Very nice. They're good tyres. Not really in the wet though. They don't have any grip at all in the wet. This is the interior of it. We had a look around here yesterday. Typical Ford. Everything works. Everything's good quality. Everything feels nice, and it's rapid. Very rapid. And actually, the seats are great. Now, I think I said in the video earlier, or maybe I didn't, but anyway, I'll tell you this now. If you're a bit of a bigger person, there's my neighbours again, howdy neighbours. If you're a bit of a bigger person, okay, you're gonna struggle to fucking sit in this, okay? Just word to the wise. They're for people with small bottoms, okay? You got your cup holder, armrests, all the stuff you want. There's my wallet. There's all my crap in the back. Lovely black headliner. Carbon effect around the dash. Yeah, just good, really good chunky steering wheel. ST badge on her. Has everything you want, lads. Cruise control, CarPlay, like everything. Like, it's literally the perfect little pocket rocket, especially if you don't have to travel too far or anything. But fuel's another good thing to talk about with these, because yesterday, right, I filled the tank in this yesterday, and I drove from Drogheda to Swords, doing a bit around Swords, then back to, where did I drive back to then? Drove back to Drogheda, then from Drogheda to where I live now, which is about 25-30 kilometres away from Drogheda. And I used, hang on, I'll actually show you how much I used, and I'll show you the trip ratio. I'm in these slippers, look. There you go, look. Quarter of a tank. I don't know what it was saying. I think there we go, look. It says I did 8.2 litres per 100 because I was being fairly frivolous with the throttle. 377 kilometres to range left. So, like, it puts it up to everything. So we'll just give it a quick cold start and see what it's like.